This is the Vent Time with Connie podcast, where we discuss topics that can be controversial or uncontroversial. Topics range from family, faith, lifestyle, you name it. No topic is off limits. New episodes released every Tuesday and Friday. All right, sit back and relax. Here is your host of the show, Connie.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Vent Time with Connie podcast. I'm your host, Connie. Welcome to a new episode. Welcome back, listeners. Thank you so much for your continued support and welcome, new listeners. If this is your first time, thank you so much for giving me a chance. You chose my podcast over all millions of podcasts out there, and you chose my podcast to listen today. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support, and I hope you stick around more. Make sure you check out the rest of other episodes. We have over 40 episodes, and I hope you keep coming back for new episodes. So, guys, thank you so much, everyone. Welcome to a new episode. Before we dive into the episode, I want to first talk about something. So, I'm working on a new project, and I've told you guys right from the beginning that this podcast is a work in progress. There'll be a lot of changes happening, and it's good changes, trust me. So there'll be a new change coming up sometime next month, or highest next month, right? So I'm working on a new project, and I hope you guys support me when I release it. And please just keep an eye on this podcast and expect the new project that I've been working on. I put my heart and my soul on this, and I hope you guys are pleased whenever I release it. And that's what I wanted to say. I don't want to give more details. I want it when it happens, you will see it. Because this year, my motto this year is to move in silent. Talk less, do more. Okay, guys, welcome to a new episode. So today's episode, I'll be talking about the phrase smiling and suffering, right? Smiling and suffering is used mostly in Africa, in Nigeria, where I'm from. We use this in Nigeria a lot because we go through a lot in Nigeria. The government have failed us. Everyone has failed us. So there's so much to be sad about, but we Nigerians still choose happiness. So that's why we always say smiling and suffering, because we chose happiness regardless, no matter our condition. So this smiling and suffering can also be seen in a negative way, where some women or some people will be suffering inside, but when they come outside, they act like everything is fine, or they seems like they're in denial of their suffering, and some even take it furthermore by judging other people that decided to speak up and don't suffer in silence. For some strange reason, I don't know why, they expect everyone to just keep quiet. I pray they I like everything is fine. I like they have the best life. So they don't like it when people open up, to the public. So those are the people that I really want to talk about. And especially those ladies that act that way. I and my friend was talking on the phone recently, and we were talking about the issues and the problems we women face in this world. We are the biggest contributor to it. You always hear this phrase, this movement, women supporting women. Why that movement or that phrase is being used is because there's a need for that. A lot of women are against each other or tormenting each other and don't want the other women to thrive for some reason. Since the days of our parents or our grandparents, women have been conditioned to be in competition with each other for either for men, for anything in life they are striving for. You can see this drama between women in music, like let's say rap artists, right? Rap artists are mostly men, right? When the women started being rap artists, they started fighting each other for that, just to stay on the top. I don't know why we always think that we have to be in competition with one another, and forgetting the big picture. So this issue had been going on for a long time before I was born, before so many of us are born, and it's still happening. It's a relevant issue or topic. So that's why I wanted to address this. This world is big enough for all of us. This world is big enough for everyone. We don't have to be in competition with anyone at all, okay? When God created each and every one of us, He didn't put us in this world to be competition with each other. This life is not a race. Everyone focus in their own path. God called each and every one of us for a different purpose. We don't have the same purpose in life. So I don't see why we had to feel the need to be in competition with one another. And this also goes with men too. Some men do compete with each other. Who has the best job? Who gonna get the best girl? Or the who married the best wife or whatnot? Not just best wife as in character wise, but best looking wife. The physical. So this sometimes can, you know, show that some people are materialistic, or some people focus on the wrong things. Because when you focus on the physical things or the materialistic thing, that's when you start worrying about being in competition with another person. But when you focus on the big picture, your purpose in this life, what God is calling you to do in this life, you won't care, not necessarily care, not care would be the wrong word, but you wouldn't be focused on what other people is doing. Rather, you'll be happy for the other person. Okay?
Hey there! If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. Duh, that's why I'm using it. There's a creation tool that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Now, take out your phone, download the Anchor app, or go to your computer and type in this anchor.fm to get started. Let me repeat that. Download the app, Anchor app, or you go to the computer and search for anchor.fm to get started. Let's do this.
You're not in competition with anyone, and you should be okay with your fellow women or your fellow men succeeding, before you or even more than you. Okay, maybe that's what God called them for. Focus on your own path. You don't know if that person is going to help you in the future. Going back to the ladies now, some women, their marriages are now they're great, right? Some probably their husband is, abusing them at home, right? But when they come outside, especially social media, they portray their marriage as this perfect marriage. Oh, my husband does this for me. Oh my gosh, guys, look what my husband bought me. He bought me a nice car. He bought me this car. You don't know what that man did to her for him to buy her a car. Maybe because he just finished cheating on her. And then he have to buy a car to ask forgiveness. So some men are like that. Or the guy just probably finished beating her up and then buy a car so she will forget what just happened. Okay? So some women are like that. They portray this false narrative about their marriage, about their life. So people would think they are living a better life, And then another lady, decided to speak up about the abuse they're experiencing in their marriage or in their life. Then you are attacking them. You are attacking them and telling them why you have to say this. You need to mind your marriage. You don't have to say this about your marriage or about your husband, stuff like that, right? Which is crazy. And you want people to be dying in silence. If you chose to be dying in silence, doesn't mean another person have to do the same thing. If another person decided to speak up, maybe they can't endure it anymore and they are seeking help. That's why they're speaking up. You should help one another and stop making another people feel less of a human. It's not right. Another thing I want to talk about is nobody is a relationship goals. Everybody is a work in progress. Nobody have had it figured out. You might be married for 40 years, 30 years. There's still something new you're learning about your partner. There's still something that you guys are working on. You are never perfect. Nobody is ever perfect. There's always something we are working on because we are all sinners. So if you are someone that go on social media always comparing your marriage to someone else, that always put up this false narrative, or maybe sometimes it might be actually true, but it doesn't matter. You need to focus on your marriage. Stop comparing yourself to another person's marriage, because no marriages are perfect. Okay, the only marriage goal you should have is the one in the Bible. You haven't even finished doing that one, and then you are comparing yourself to someone else that still have something they are working on. If any couple will come out to you and tell you that they never have any disagreement or any conflict in their marriage, all the years they have been married, or everything is like a bed of roses, that person is lying to you. Because think about it. Two imperfect people started to get married to become one. You think that's going to be easy? No, both of them are imperfect. Of course, the marriage will be imperfect too. Both of them are sinners and they're trying their best to make things work. Okay, so don't think they are better than your marriage or whatnot. God created each of every one of us differently. Okay, and every marriage is unique to their own. Okay, so stop comparing them. And for those that find the need, those ladies or those men that find the need to make their fellow women or their fellow men feel bad or feel like their life is the worst when they decided to speak up about the things they are going through, I pity you. You need to make sure you check yourself because you're probably projecting your insecurities on that person. Maybe there's something you are hiding. Guys, think about this. When someone always voluntarily telling you how good their marriage is, how good their life is, maybe they're hiding something. Maybe they are scared that if they don't say something nice, you will figure out they are dying inside. So they're always volunteering, giving you this information that you didn't ask for. So if you're that type of person that always feel the need to always show people that you have a perfect marriage even when they didn't ask you, maybe you need to think about your life and reflect on your life to see what is going on so you can invest that time in fixing the problem rather than making people feel bad. And if you're someone, those type of things, gets to you when people, or let's say if you speak up, the person is trying to make you feel like that your life is worse, or you feel like, oh my god, these people are making me feel bad, or they're not helping me. I would say, please do not depend on anybody. Nobody should be your relationship goals or your marriage goals. The only goals you should have is the one in the Bible. God should be the one that you will completely depend on and rely on because we human beings are a work in progress, okay? None of us got everything. We don't have everything all together, okay? We all have a lot that we are working on. So don't focus on people to give you that hope or to give you that courage or to make you feel better. No. Focus on the bigger picture, which is God. God will be the only one that will give you happiness and will renew your love in your marriage or will give you hope back again in your marriage if you're going through that issue. Okay, so that's what I wanted to rant about. I want to hear what you guys think. Please make sure you send me email. I'd like to read your feedback, so we can get connected, so we can interact, because I want this podcast to be very interactive at some point. Thank you, and that's what I want to rant about. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Have lots of fun. And remember, God loves you and make sure you show love to everyone, okay? Make sure the things that are coming out of your mouth is nothing but love and things that will glorify God. All right, guys, you do have a blessed weekend and I love you guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Vent Time with Connie podcast. Remember to subscribe on Apple Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, or whatever platform you listen to podcasts. Please don't forget to like, rate, review, or share this podcast. Do you have any feedback or questions for Connie or any topics you'd like to discuss on the show? Connie loves communicating with our listeners. You can find her on Instagram and Facebook at Vent Time with Connie or send an email to venttimewithconnie@yahoo.com. Until next time, remain blessed.